Hey tubers, VTH V1 here. Where's the Handyman version 1 because the Handyman never does the exact same thing twice. So today we are going to do some repair work on my bender that we used to bend the brackets on the video that I made yesterday. And that video is pickup truck ramps for $20. So sorry for the shaky camera, I'm just holding it. But today I'll show you what we're up to, and we'll repair the damage. So let's just go have a look. Bottle jack press, and as you can see, this is a straight edge. I bent that with the pressure of the jack when I bent my brackets yesterday. So we're going to have to cut this off here and here and put on a new piece, and we might put a cross brace or something on here to keep this upwards pressure from happening. But when I was pumping that jack yesterday, I had one handle inside another handle, and some old timers call it a snipe, and I shouldn't do that. I was probably pushing the jack beyond its 5-ton limit. And this is a homemade piece. It's not engineered metal or anything, so we just have to make sure that we don't push it that hard again. I don't use the press that often, but when I do, it's really handy. So from now on, I'm going to make it stronger and not push it quite so hard, and just use the one handle, not the two. So we'll talk to you in a few minutes when I get this cut off here and here. These springs come out, I just have to take these springs out from the top here. So we'll talk to you later. Hey tubers, well we're going to cut the top off that jack press with an angle grinder and see if we can fabricate up a new top for it. So I'll just take you over there and we'll start cutting. We're going to sever it right here and right over there. I've still got the electricity here to do it. There, we made it through one side, and look how much of the wheel is already gone. It was almost out to here. Success! Hey YouTubers, I'm back. So we're getting somewhere on the rebuilding of this bottle jack press. This is the name of it. And I'll just show you what I'm up to. We've got the top cut off right here. We're going to ground flat and square as best we can because this has been welded once before. There is the damaged top piece with this cup. That's actually a wheel bearing race cup. Very hard steel, so it's going to be harder to weld. And then, as you can see on this other piece, we've got the lines cut or drawn for where we're going to cut and grind the paint off, so we can weld that onto there. And then we'll cut this other side. And so that's where we are. And as soon as we get that cut, we'll grind the paint off these two sides so that we can weld it back onto here. And then I think I'm going to put a cross brace to make it just a little bit stronger. Now when I bent this thing, I not only had the handle in here on the jack, and I was jacking away with the one handle, but I had a second cheater handle on there to give me twice the leverage, and I was pushing that old homemade piece of equipment as hard as I could. So I don't think I'm going to use the second handle unless I'm desperate, because I don't want to break this again, because like I said, primarily it's a bottle, or it's a grinder stand with a bottle jack press built into it. So I'll show you how I make out after you've seen me cut before, so you don't have to see that again. And I'm just going to cut this with I have a new grinder wheel in the angle grinder, and away we go. So talk to you in a few minutes after we get this cut. I'm going to do it outside, make the mess out there. Hey tubers, how's it going? Well, we're 3/4 of the way through repairing the jack press, and I'll show you what we've got. We've got a new piece welded on here. So there's the new welds there, here, and here. And also right up underneath there we got a little bit. And we got the new bearing cup welded in. That went pretty good. That's really hard steel. And now I'm going to please. I'm going to get some flat stock and just put a 45-degree angle pieces in there like that, and then just trim them off square. Here we go. Oh, it looks like I've turned into a real brown noser today. Look at that dust and dirt on that nose. That's what you get for welding, grinding. Can't say the same old grind. But anyway, there is the new, less attractive jack press. Why do I have a hard time saying that, eh? So there it is, all in its roughness. Now it's going to get a real nice coat of paint before we completely build it together, but I always assemble everything before I do my coats of paint. You'll see my welding table there. That was painted a long time ago, maybe a 1.5 years ago. But it is, yes, it is Bruce the Handyman version 1. And everything I build has that on there. This jack press originally had Bruce the Handyman version sticker right there, but of course it got burnt off with the welding heat. So I'm pretty happy with this, except these aren't quite as attractive as the original. So it's going to be a pretty gray just like that down there when we're all done. Pretty's the last thing we worry about, but it still has to be painted. So what I'm doing now is I'm just finishing the drilling of the holes in the top. And you can see, look at that, where the heat from the burning that bearing race burned in. And so we're just going to make these 2 holes bigger to 3/8 there, here and here, and then I can reassemble it and see how it looks. BTHV1 over and out. Looks a little more bush league now with those angles on there, but hey, you got to make it strong. So there's the flat. I'll take one more shot of it when we get the bench grinders back on there, and that'll be a wrap until it's painted. Bruce here, BTHV1. Well, we got it all built back. All we got to do is get some gray paint on it now. Bench grinders are remounted. Jacks remounted with the one handle. I won't use two anymore. With some pretty major cross pieces for strength. So there we go. There's the old piece to remind me to be careful next time. Although I had a face mask and gloves on. So thanks for watching. Hey, BTHV1 here. Well, this is the very last small segment of video to show you the repair of the jack press. So I'll just take you over there right now. And I kind of have my shop cleaned up a little bit better too. Almost. So there's my pickup truck, my tools, my welding cart, and here's my repaired jack press. So now up underneath here, this is a wet paint sign here, but up underneath there, that's a new piece, and I've got the new side brackets in, and it's all painted nice and gray. So if you're going to do something, you might as well paint it. I'm not the greatest painter, but got these trimmed off right level. My welds don't look too bad. Or it's an old AC welder I'm using there. I haven't mounted the horizontal die support bars because they're just drying right here. So anyway, that's it. A little scan of my shop. A place for everything and everything in its place. Thanks for watching.